is here to get kids excited about reading. Thanks for being with us.
Sure.
It is hard because, boy, there's so many distractions. Before it was just the television, and now it's everything else.
Exactly. Video games are huge, and internet video games.
Right.
It's everywhere. I mean, we're bombarded. Even adults are bombarded. There's YouTube. There's, so much. MySpace. And, but still, nothing beats a good book. As a matter of fact, for imagination of kids, it is so important to sit down and read.
I mean, that's when kids develop all their fun things.
Exactly.
They can put the pictures in their head. I was a giant bookworm when I was a kid. I admit I don't read as much now as I should, but it was always fun. It was always fun to do.
Yes, I agree. I used to read as much as I could, and I think one of the good things, it really gets you going creatively, because you do have to picture. You don't get the pictures put in your head. You have to use your imagination.
So give some tips on how can you get kids fired up about reading?
Yeah, well, I'd say the most important thing is reading to your kids every day as much as you can. Even, it doesn't have to be for a long time, for an hour. It can be, a little bit here and there. It can be fun things. It can be comics. It can be, anything that hits you at the moment. But if you try to do it every day, then you get it going on a good pattern and you don't forget. Otherwise, time goes by sometimes.
Is it good to pick a time before bedtime or a certain time of day so you remember to do it?
Before bedtime is awesome.
Yeah.
It is awesome if you could do that. I remember my parents would read to me before bedtime every night, and I still remember that. And I think that helped me go on a good track of reading as an adult.
Now, get your kids a library card. Go into the library. Not everybody does that anymore.
I know. And you want to know, we forget. Bookstores are awesome, but, libraries are fun in their own way. And I think that they're really fun for a kid because they can walk out with armloads of books and then, have the pleasure of just delving into them and then returning
and even though a lot of libraries have, internet capabilities, you can kind of steer the kids away from the computer.
Exactly, and the games and everything else, and the videos,
Just sit them down in an area with books, filled with books.
Yeah.
You also suggest that you pick a family time to read.
Exactly.
Tell me about that.
Well, this is another thing from when I grew up that I absolutely loved. And we didn't get to do this as much as I wanted, but it was so wonderful to have a time where everyone has their own book. When your kids are a little older, to have the parents, each parent have their own book, and to be sitting around together in a room. So it's not one isolated in their room and another, and make popcorn and make it special. And those are the kinds of things that stick with you. When you grow up and you remember that.
It's not movie night, it's book night.
Exactly.
That's cool.
I mean, movie nights are fun, and we all do that. But I mean, how fun is it and how different to have a book night? Everybody can get into their own book. It's so special.
And then you have a couple more ideas. One is have your kids read to you.
Yes. That is, especially when they're younger and they're learning to read.
Oh, yeah.
It's so valuable because they get so proud of what they've done. Because, when they're older and when they're really young, of course, they can't do it yet. But then, the pride that they get in being able to do it successfully and getting your response is exciting because kids love to do things.
Should you correct them or should you just let them go and make their mistakes when they're reading out loud?
I think that it's better to correct little things. But then again, if they're getting into it, then let a lot go. Let a lot go, exactly.
Good
Only
ideas.
The common mistakes they keep making again and again and again.
Right. Fix that.
Yeah, I better say this. Yeah.
Good tips, good ideas.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kaza. I appreciate it.
Yeah, sure.
Good ideas. Get kids back behind the books as opposed to in front of the TV.
Yeah.
I like it. All right.